Hi guys, welcome to Soul's Note Evolution. This is going to be your check-in reading for the weekend of the 13th to the 15th of March. And I've just noticed it's Friday the 13th. So let's see what we've got going on. We have the Seven of Wands. It's now in the reverse position, but this was in, I don't know when it was now. They all kind of merge into one, but the last reading that I did with this deck, the Seven of Wands was the first card out. So it came out in the reversed position. So when we had this card in the last reading, it was talking about you sort of putting up this protective bubble around you whilst you focused on sort of bossing up. I think that was the message that we got. So it feels as though you've burst your own bubble, or your bubble has been burst. You've come out of your state of isolation in some way. Now, it's come out next to the Ten of Wands. Let's get a couple of cards and I'll see where this is going. We've got the Ten of Wands, which is the same suit, end of a cycle. Whoa. And we've got Temperance. Interesting. Oh my gosh, they're all coming out. Wow. And we had this Ace of Wands next to the, well, it was in the same reading as the Seven of Wands when we did it as well. I think it was for the weekend of last week. I'll link it, so if this reading resonates, that one might resonate as well. These readings, guys, even though they have a date on them, they're timeless. So energy is fluid, like I mentioned before, and this came out as well in that weekend reading. So half of the cards in this reading we had for the last weekend reading. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. Interesting. You know, like I was saying, I put dates on them just so that I know where I'm at, like for administration purposes, let's say. But in theory, energy is fluid. We're all living our lives completely, you know, independently of each other, the people that are tuning into the reading. So this may resonate for some people on a particular day. Other people, it may resonate, you know, 10 years ago. Other people, it may resonate in the future. So I will say, if there is a title on a video, and this is goes for any reader on YouTube, and you are drawn by the title, regardless of when that reading was created or the date attached to it, it still may carry a message for you. So bear that in mind. So Seven of Wands, like I was saying, usually this speaks about standing up for yourself, defending yourself in some way when it's in the upright. But I love this rendition of the Seven of Wands. It's got more serenity to it than that. This is now in the reversed position. So there may be a need for you to stand up for yourself, or you may be consciously coming out of this protective bubble, like I said, that you'd created prior. There was a need for you to sort of block yourself off so that you could receive some sort of download or information, some sort of guidance. And it was in relation to an idea that you had, that you were percolating. So like I say, you may be now coming out of that bubble. You may be now popping it, somebody or something in your external world may have popped that bubble, but you're out of it. You're out of it. And it's like, you're out of it, and this Seven of Wands is looking up at the Ten of Wands, so it's like you're almost facing reality. It almost feels like, to me, whilst you've been in this bubble, it's like you've missed the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and you're now waking up and it's the Ten of Wands, which is the end of a cycle. The Ten of Wands is a card that speaks about the burdens that we willingly carry. So it's like you're no longer sort of blocking out, let's say, your awareness of the burdens that you've been carrying in a particular situation. It's like you're opening your eyes to the fact, or you're waking up to the actions that are required from you to sort of close out a particular cycle. We've got so many Wands cards in this reading. We've got the Seven, we've got the 10, we've got the Ace, we've got the 4, we've got the Knight, all Wands energy, which is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. We've also got the Temperance, which is Sagittarian energy as well. So there's a heavy, heavy fire influence here, whether this is an aspect of your own chart, if this is just an energy of taking action, because the Wands cards to me speak about It's all about action. It's all about your passions, your aspirations, what you're working towards, what you are motivated by or motivated to, you know, put action steps towards. So there's a whole lot of action going on here. And like I say, you've popped this bubble so that you can face a reality here with the Ten of Wands, where you are now aware of the burdens that you willingly carried in a situation. And this is allowing yourself to move forward, to move on, to release that burden. We've got Temperance, only major arcana. Yeah, the only major arcana on the table. Like I've said, it's Sagittarian energy ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of luck. Now, the Temperance card to me, it speaks of balance. It's also an energy that reminds me of the Magician. It's like alchemy, being able to turn lead into gold. It's that understanding of polarities. You can just see there's a moon right here and there's a sun right here. So it's a balancing of that yin and yang energy. It's about a balancing of the masculine and the divine, the masculine and the feminine energy within you. But there's usually an angel that's featured at the top of this card in the traditional Rider-Waite, and you can still see remnants of that. So to me, there is an aspect of the divine that is also included. So there's a level of harmony, a level of balance that you can achieve now, or that you have achieved. And like I say, that may be what has encouraged you to pop this bubble, because you feel balanced. You feel as though your emotions are in check. You may feel as though, you know, you've managed to master some sort of internal equilibrium within yourself, like I say, where you're balancing your masculine and your feminine energies. They're both showing up in a very healthy way, which allows you, like I say, to no longer feel the need to defend yourself against something. It allows you, like I say, to take action. That's what the masculine energy does. Masculine energy is very forthright. It sees something, it wants something, it goes after something, whereas our feminine energy, regardless of whether we're male or female, is more receptive. Feminine energy draws things in. And like I say, because there's so much wands here, it's about taking action. So for some of you, this preparation period in the Seven of Wands that you're now coming out of was allowing you to sort of harness your masculine energy. And now that you've harnessed it, you're ready to take action. You've got the Ten of Wands, which is the end of a cycle. You've got the Ace of Wands, which is something brand new, a new vision, a new way of seeing things. This is like a new, like a fire has been lit within you. It could be a new idea, a new inspiration, something, like I say, a vision that just comes to you that captures your imagination in some way. And again, it almost feels as though that idea, that new perspective, that shift in consciousness almost allows you, like I say, to release yourself from this defensive position. We've then got the Four of Wands, which is celebration. It can speak of like, there's usually like a man, a woman in a house, or, you know, some sort of shelter that's depicted on the card. So to me, it can also speak about that firm foundation that you've been building, that you've been creating, where you can kind of take a rest at this point and enjoy the fruits of your labour, so to speak. So the Four of Wands is celebration. There's a level of stability that you're now seeing from the actions that you've taken. Now this is underpinning the Ten of Wands. So where there may have been burdensome situations that you were dealing with, or like I say, you willingly carried a burden in some aspect of your life. Like I say, when we reach the 10, it's the end of that cycle. So to me, it feels as though you're releasing that burden and you're allowing yourself to step into this Four of Wands energy, which is beautiful. Like I said, the fours are about structure, a firm foundation, stability, using your logic, using a sense of, yeah, definitely the logic. That rung a bell. So you've used logic, you've applied logic when you were in this bubble to look at where you'd been carrying, let's say, burdens, responsibilities, taking on more than what you physically could, or just doing a lot. Like I say, the wands are actions, and it's like you're releasing that now in lieu of something more carefree. But there's still an element of stability. It's not like you've thrown it all away. Like I say, there's something solid here that is starting from a vision, an inspiration, or a spark that's allowing you to step into this Knight of Wands energy. And I'm sure, did we have the Knight of Wands in the midweek check-in? I think we did. And I think it was the last card in that particular reading as well. It was a different deck. It was the Rider-Waite. But this is about taking action, moving towards what you're passionate about. There's so much fire in this reading, guys. There's so much fire. So you may feel really, really inspired to action over this weekend, to move towards that which you're passionate about. Now, what we've got at the bottom of the deck is this Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, to me, whenever I see her, it's a very emotional energy. And usually she's depicted with a cup, but the cup has got a lid on it. It doesn't have a lid on it in this particular rendition. So what's standing out to me is like the energy that's coming from the palms of her hands. Yeah, so it feels to me as though there's something that you're being intuitively kind of guided towards, or there's something that you're feeling. There's something that you're feeling really passionate, because there's so much Wands energy here. There's something that you're feeling really, really passionate about. Queen of Cups, to me, it's a really like psychic, intuitive energy. So on an intuitive level, like I say, you might be aware of these burdens that you've carried and this new beginning that's opening up for you, and the stability that and the happiness that it's gonna kind of that will unfold if you allow it to unfold. So like I say, it's coming out of this defensive energy, or kind of putting up a resistance, because like I said in the last reading, as much as this bubble is great for focus, for, I'd almost say, I see it like as a repairing energy, like you went into that bubble for a purpose, for a reason. And like I say, it was to receive some sort of guidance or downloads, information from your guides in some way. And it's like you've received that now. You've received it. So you can release yourself from this bubble. Like I say, pop that bubble and step out into the world again. Right, what's underneath this Queen? We've got the Five of Swords. So yeah, whilst you were in this state of Seven of Wands, like I say, there was something that you were... fives are an energy of like structure and... not structure, of instability of that structure. So there was something that you were working out. There was a challenge that you were trying to get the answer to, trying to understand how you could bring about some kind of change in your world. And like I say, it seems as though the awareness is that there needs to be a burden that needs to be dropped. Now, dropping that burden is never always easy. Like I said, this is a burden that we willingly carried. So to release that, it may cause a level of stress or tension, headache. I'm just seeing a headache. Or you may feel as though you're abandoning. Wow, that Queen of Wands was in the in the last weekend reading as well. But yeah, I was going to say, you may feel as though you're abandoning somebody, because like I say, you willingly carried this burden. So for you to drop it means that that burden's going to have to be picked up by somebody else. But it wasn't your burden to carry in the first place. So don't allow feelings of say loss or conflict stop you from moving towards what it is that you truly desire. Because like I say, this Knight of Wands here, we have the natural progression to the Queen of Wands. So there's progress that can be made. As difficult as it may feel to you, or on, let's say, a mental level, it might cause stress or tension within you. Don't allow that to stop you from moving forward. Right, okay, interesting. Let's pull a clarify. I want to clarify the Seven of Wands in reverse. We have the tree. Yes, exactly what I was saying. To me, whenever I see this tree, it's about wisdom. It can speak about ancestry, our roots. So like I say, there's some sort of, this bubble that you created, maybe, like I say, last week, even longer than last week, you may have been in a protective bubble, and you're coming out of that now with a new wisdom, with a new knowledge, with a new understanding of what action steps that you can take. This is about you having reflected, having assessed a situation, observed potentially, like I said, where things were imbalanced or you were carrying more than you were required to. So like I say, this knowledge, this wisdom, this insight has come in that's allowing you to make a change, to take a different set of actions as you move forward. Right, let me clarify the Knight of Wands, because the Knights can speak of an energy. They can also speak of external people in our environment that we're dealing with. Wow, okay, and that was a lot, and one's on the floor as well. Right, okay. Interesting. Let me get the one off the floor. Right, okay. Right, this is so interesting. We've got 4 cards. We've got the skills, and this is all to clarify the Knight of Wands. So we've got the skills, we've got the cave, we've got the beast, and we've got the home. So, like I said, there was a level of skill that you've developed, acquired whilst you were in that bubble, that allows you to burst that bubble, to take different actions as you move forward. Now, you may have felt restricted, like I say, carrying these burdens. We've got this, and I'm just seeing this person in the fetal position, and it's an energy that just speaks to me about feeling trapped, feeling as though you can't get out of something, which is the opposite energy to the Knight of Wands. So there's a real freedom that I'm picking up in this reading. And it may be freedom from your fears. We've got this beast. It can represent our fears. It's card number 33, so it's a master number. So there's an element of self-mastery that's happening here. You're overcoming. You have the skills to overcome this isolation, this loneliness, this fear that has kept you potentially in that bubble. Like I say, some sort of wisdom has come through. This could be in relation to the home or family. But you're stepping out in a new direction, like I said, with this Knight of Wands. It's taking a risk. It's moving towards what you're passionate about. And it's, like I say, the opposite energy of the cave. So it's coming out of that isolation now, stepping outside of your comfort zone and really following your passions. Right, I'm going to pull. Let's pull one of these. See what we've got going on. And these are the Mermaids and Fairies Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. We've got a couple. We've got Mother Healing. As your feelings towards your mother heal, your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. Wow. And we had, in the midweek check-in, the mother card came out here, and I did say that for some of you, there was a focusing in on your desires, what was going to bring your wish fulfillment, and potentially sort of turning your back on the opinions of a maternal energy. So for those where that reading resonated, this is definitely a continuation. So it's like, as you heal those issues, and like I say, this is relating to something within the home. And like I say, this could be your fears, this could be an energy that you're dealing with that has kept you isolated, but you have the skill. You have the wisdom, like I say, to free yourself from that. And as you free yourself and heal yourself, your ability to manifest starts from this new place. And like I say, the Wands energy is fast, it's quick. So if this is, because this reading's full of fire energy, like I say, something really wants to come in. And the other card we got was Break Free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to learn and grow. And we've got this Ace. So that's a new beginning, something new, a new desire, a new inspiration, some sort of new motivation that you're working towards that might be in a new direction, might be something that's completely new. But you have the skills to step out in this new direction once you've dropped, like I say, a series of burdens, and it allowed you to balance, like I say, the masculine and the feminine energies within yourself. We've also got this Knight of Wands, and I mentioned this in the healing pick a card that I did, that it's about integrating your shadow, the bits of you that, you know, that you isolated yourself from, or even abandoned to a certain degree, because you were, let's say, isolated or, you know, fearful of something. So it's about reintegrating that aspect of yourself back into yourself now, so that you can manifest what it is that you truly desire and move things forward in some way. Right, let's pull one of these and wrap this reading up. Let's go for this one. What do you desire? It says, now you have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life, wow, as if by magic. Wow, 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 wow. And this card says here, as your feelings towards your mother heal, your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. So yeah, there's something about this fire energy here, guys, that wants to speed something up, whether it's the healing process, your ability to draw things into you, like I mentioned with this feminine energy of the Temperance card. Once our masculine and our feminine within each and every one of us is balanced, then that's what allows us to manifest from an accurate place. We're not manifesting the shit that we don't want or the shit that we've abandoned within ourselves. Now, this Queen of Cups can speak of a maternal, motherly energy as well. So for some of you where this mother side of the reading is resonating, then really please do check out the healing pick a pile that I did, because a couple of those piles, from what I recall, did actually bring up the relationship between mother and child. So you may get some advice or guidance in there from that particular reading. Hope you have a fantastic, fantastic weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.